Wow. Wow.
Is it happening?
It's
Is it the DrawBomb
It's
time?
the DrawBomb. They're drawing right now in front of my eyes.
Oh my gosh. I've been waiting for this for ages.
I've been waiting a whole week to tell you folks. Hi. How's it going?
What do you have to tell them? Oh, just telling them hi.
Welcome to DrawBomb. It's the show where... Brandon, how have you been?
Oh, I've been great. I've been real good.
Good. Glad to hear it.
How have you been, Ian?
I've been alive, you know, I've been kicking, I've been alright. We had some fun times these last few days, which I'm sure we'll talk about, but you know, I can't complain about my overall state of being right now, I guess.
That's good. I mean, that's all you can ask for these days.
Yes, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Am I miserable? No? Perfect.
Alright.
Life is good.
Scraping by. Scraping by. But welcome, folks.
Oh yeah, well, that's
good to
great.
have y'all here. We have a pretty full chat.
How are you all doing tonight? I hope everybody's doing great in the chat.
That's right. Hope you've all been doing grape.
Hope you're doing grape flavored and not the artificial stuff either, like real grape.
Real genuine grape.
It's that real grape.
That's right. Yeah, thank you all for being here, everybody. It's another episode of DrawBomb. We are just here hanging out, drawing. I can tell you're drawing Muscle Men, or Muscle Man at least right now.
Of course.
And I'm doing the same.
What do we always draw right after WrestleMania?
That's right. It's the classic DrawBomb WrestleMania episode. Whenever we watch WrestleMania, we usually have a DrawBomb episode right after, because that's just how the timing works. And boy, oh boy, did we watch WrestleMania these past 2 nights. I tell you what.
Did. How'd you feel about it?
I loved it. I loved it. I had a really good time this WrestleMania. This is a good WrestleMania. It wasn't one of my favorites. It wasn't like in my top 3, but it was a pretty solid WrestleMania all around. I can't complain.
Yeah, I think that's fair. It wasn't my favorite one either, but I had a good time. It's just about hang with you fellas mainly. You know?
That's the good time.
And then the oiled up muscle guys wrestling each other. That comes second.
Yeah, that's that's the keys dangling in front of my eyes, just to kind of keep my ADHD brain focused while we're talking to each other. You know.
Sure.
But yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, Lotus wants to draw along. We still have to fix that function. When we
we haven't fix it yet.
Yeah, we still haven't
dropped that link for you.
Yeah, I don't even know if I have the draw along. Is the draw along proper? Yes, it is. Hey ho. Also,
it is.
I'm gonna do one last thing. Oh no. What's happening?
Oh no, something happening.
Oh, an Eddie Burback video started playing when I was trying to do something else.
That's what we're doing this week. We're just gonna watch a video.
That's right.
For this episode of DrawBomb.
Oh my god. I gotta remember to mute these freaking things that I do. Brandon, let's discuss.
Yes, Ian.
WrestleMania.
Yeah. Let's see what's there to talk about.
What was the very first thing that happened?
The very first thing that happened at WrestleMania was... What was the first? Oh, it was Uso, right?
It was.
And he won.
He did. He came down from the state. I don't even know actually how he got down so fast, because he was really high up at first, and then he was all of a sudden he was down closer to the stage. It's like they cut a lot of the footage or something somehow.
It's possible, because he had a long ways to go. We were discussing it, and then I didn't stop to realize that he was down there. I kind of forgot.
I kind of realized it, but we were already in the moment, so you know.
What's up?
Lotus says that they're guessing that WrestleMania is the media that we have engaged with this week, and you would not be wrong.
You are correct.
Not be wrong.
It is one of the medias.
One of.
I'm trying to think of memorable things. you know,
not too many, honestly. That's
John
why
Cena.
it's probably not like super duper in my favorites. There wasn't a lot of like great moments that made me go like, wow. There was just some like really good moments, but nothing that like was crazy or anything like that.
Dominic Mysterio with an upset. That was pretty fun.
Dirty Dom. Dirty Dom was fun.
There was that when Joe Henry had a funny.
Joe Hendry was
a lot of like slapstick. Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
A lot of slapstick this WrestleMania.
Yes. Hey Brandon, can you do me a favor and just post the draw along link into the chat? I have so many things going on that it would really break something.
Yeah.
But yeah, Joe Hendry was great, folks. He's like got a theme song that's just his own name and saying like it's just goofy, and he sings it, and he also has this thing where he just like spins around and turns to the camera and gives a big smile as the camera zooms in, and it's pretty great. It's a funny joke.
Yeah.
It just
pretty
works.
fun.
And he got his butt whooped. It was funny. It was funny.
And then finally, I think the other not memorable, but the other kind of big thing is John Cena continued his villain arc. I think he's supposed to retire, but I don't know if he's actually gonna like end it on
I don't
that
think
note.
I don't think they're gonna end it on like he has the belt. I think this is gonna be with what I think, because he's, spoiler alert for anybody who didn't watch WrestleMania and was hoping to. Matty says night 2 is bad in his opinion. Okay, so yeah, we weren't like super wowed by it. It was fun, but like it wasn't crazy. It was more fun to hang out with you guys.
Yeah.
How I think it's gonna go is John Cena has now won the belt and is supposedly going to retire now with the belt, thus ending the championship essentially. And what I think is going to happen is he's going to get quote unquote goaded back into a fight, and then that's going to be his chance to sort of eventually redeem himself. He's going to have like,
he's going to come back to the good side.
He's going to be like, cuz he's always been like the good guy. He's like got that sort of like character to him, so like, and he's like, his Hollywood persona is being a bad guy who's likable, sort of like that's who he is in what's the name,
many of his movies,
what's the DC like Suicide Peacemaker, that's his kind of arc. In the Fast and Furious movies, that's been his character, is like he's a bad guy who like ends up just being likable and like kind of becomes
only in the first
good
movie
guy.
Is a bad guy.
Well, yeah,
he becomes family, just like everybody.
Exactly, but he gets redeemed because he's a likable character. He gets redeemed, so he gets to be likable. He's not likable as a villain, but then he gets to be likable in his redemption. And so I feel like they're gonna play into that in the WWE. He's gonna get that sort of redemption arc, so that people can kind of like, oh, John Cena is like a good guy again. Oh yeah.
You're probably right.
Lotus says the Magma board is read only.
It wasn't, but let me check. It is again. That's weird. I wonder why it changed. It wasn't 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, Mad Lad was able to draw on it. That's strange.
It should be. Let's see here. I'm fixing it right now.
I believe in Joe Hendry. Lotus says it works now.
I'll let you know in a second. Right now it says connecting, so I don't know. We'll give it some time to.
Lotus says it works now.
Cook.
Looks like you've done it.
All right, there you go. I did it. Did it, everyone. Save the day.
That's right. All hail Brandon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He giveth, he taketh away.
That's what I've been telling people. So yeah.
Yeah.
That was that, and it was fun. It was a good time.
One thing I did enjoy was that there was a luchador match, sort of. Like, I would have liked a more legit luchador match, but also Luchadore has, I guess, been bought by the WWE. And so there are gonna be luchador matches in the WWE now, I guess. But there was that quote-unquote luchador match between El Grande Americano and who is the other guy? I have everyone's names written down in our betting spreadsheet. But I don't remember.
I don't remember. I
think
remember
it
his
was
name.
Ray
His
Phoenix.
name stuff.
I think it was Ray Phoenix.
Sounds right.
But yeah, I enjoyed that match. That was fun. That was the first night. Yeah, apparently it wasn't the greatest WrestleMania. Matt says the second night was bad. We weren't ever wowed by anything that happened the second night. Usually,
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt about the second night. It wasn't bad. It was just, I mean, maybe it was bad in Matt's opinion or whatever. I didn't feel like it was terrible. It just wasn't anything too special. But maybe that in itself is a bad sign.
Yeah, I just I feel like every WrestleMania has had like a memorable moment that we've watched. At least, and this one there's not like any moment that I'm gonna like be talking about next year, except for maybe like the beginning of that luchador mask when they were both like kind of mimicking each other, and it was pretty funny.
Yeah. But yeah, WrestleMania. I don't know, it was a good one. It was fun anyways. It was fun hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, it was a good time. It's a good time as always, and the good time is had in the crew.
Other than that, Ian, how's your week been? Anything new? Any new things you've watched or done or experienced?
I'm still hammering away at the various dropout shows. We're almost caught up on Game Changer, and I'm definitely making headway in Dimension 20's Fantasy High.
Cool.
Which really makes me want to play D&D again. Good God. Every time I watch, I'm just like... So I have an idea for a D&D game I want to maybe get going. If I can have time between all the other things that we're talking about and like work and stuff,
Yeah.
But the idea is, just like I'll set up a location and like maybe some plot threads or something like that. We all create characters. We have like our group get together and stuff like that. And then the idea was... I would DM the first night maybe, and then we would just rotate DMs each night. And we'd also keep it very freeform. Like I wouldn't start with like any sort of like storyline. I would create a location, set up some things, some going-ons, and then like let people follow their threads and kind of work with them off that. And I figured that'd be a fun experience. But the rotating DMs would really keep the workload light and kind of give everybody a chance to both influence the story, but give everyone a chance to mostly just be a player, which is what everyone wants to do when they play D&D.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept. I'd have to, hear more about or figure out more about how it would function in the rotating DM thing, like this, so that it would work. But I like the idea.
Yeah, I watched a Bob the World Builder video on it, and it seemed like a really cool idea.
Oh, cool. So you have like a template, kind of.
Sort of, yeah. He kind of just like briefly discusses it and said like, yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it meant like none of us had to work very hard. But he didn't necessarily talk about it terms of how it works long term or anything like that. But I thought it might be a cool idea to test out maybe down the road. I don't know if I have time for it necessarily right now, but
sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, that could be a fun thing to give a try too.
Yeah. I'd like to do
maybe
love me
like, some
D&D. Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to do another like Dungeons and DrawBombs, or like continue it if we can get that going again. That would be fun as well.
Yeah. It's always kind of hard in it's hard to like put together, but I do have fun with it every time.
Yeah. It's a lot of work, and it rarely ends up panning out, but it is worth it.
It's just hard. Yeah, it's like a hard thing to. It's not even that much like work. It's like the making it be like functional.
Yeah,
it's kind of a struggle.
And scheduling is also just like a pain in the ass.
Sure, but that's one part of every D&D game.
Yeah,
I think that's the uniform thing. No matter what type of tabletop game you're playing, the hardest part is just coordinating everybody.
Yep, getting those life schedules coordinated.
That's right. That's right. Either way, if we find a way to make any of it work, I'd be totally down.
Cool.
For something like that.
That'd be great. Hey folks, how's the latency going, by the way? How late is everyone's chats?
Yeah. Zenit says Barn Sugarfoot best make a cameo in this D&D campaign. I don't know, Barn. Oh, they said test, so we're looking good right now.
Well, I mean,
looking
it's up
good
to
right
them.
now.
Are you saying?
I know, but you just asked them, so the fact that they're testing right now
That is fair.
That's pretty good.
Good
I'm
point.
assuming they're saying that in response to you asking.
That's a good point.
So
you know, I was thinking more like as soon as they saw the test, they would be able to tell us. But what you're saying actually makes a lot of sense too. That like, you know, they would have to hear our voice pretty recently to send that message in the first place. So cool.
Sure. I could be wrong, but I assume they wrote test because of that.
I think you're absolutely right. I mean, I would bet on it. That'd be a wild coincidence. So I think cool. I think I ticked the right boxes on OBS, so that makes me happy.
Love that.
We have the chat back. I think what's going to happen is when we have
Miss
those
you guys.
latency. Yeah, I missed having you folks here with us. I think when we have those latency dips, it's going to just get a little bit more pixelated, a bit more blocky in the stream, and I think that's okay.
Yeah, that's better than being fully out of sync for the whole show, I think.
Especially because a lot of the pictures stay still.
Like
I don't think it's going to be necessary that like the latency be super high, since most of the picture is staying still.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
Yeah. Oh, we're down to 0. Oh, we're back to some.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, we're good.
Just
chilling.
Before joining, or at least a little bit earlier today, we watched a couple episodes of Black Mirror. That's what I've been watching. Some pretty fun ones. We've watched 3 of the episodes so far. The first episode I liked, but it made me feel terrible. But that's true about a lot of that series.
Especially as time goes on and they get more and more accurate.
I know, right? That's the scary part.
And like as technology gets like more Black Mirror-esque, they have to like find more fucked up ways to make the technology more fucked up, and then it's like, no, stop! You're giving them templates now.
Yeah. They're like, this is just too. It's supposed to be like sci-fi, not just what's actually happening.
Yeah.
Once they actually build some of this technology, they're gonna have to like take into consideration that there was a popular TV show that warned everybody about it. And they're gonna have to like advertise around that. Episode 2 is a little bit more fantastical, but it was really fun. I liked it. And then episode 3, it was all right. It was I knew what they were trying to do, and it was okay. It wasn't my favorite one, but
okay.
Yeah, that's where I'm at so far. So far, pretty solid season. Last season there were some ones I don't know if you've watched last season.
Gotcha. I haven't seen. I've seen up to season 3. Let's just say I've seen up to season 3.
Okay, so you haven't watched in a while.
I haven't watched in a while. I've seen Bandersnatch. What would happen is like when Black Mirror really popped off is when I was living with my ex, and like like we watched the first 3 episodes of season 1 together, and then like I came home from work and she was on like season 4, and so I was just like,
oh,
okay. And so I just never had like a chance to see any like I didn't want to watch those. Like I didn't want to. I guess I could have, since they're all like their own independent stories. I could have watched like the rest of the seasons with her, but
sure.
I don't know. Kind of just like.
Yeah, that's fair. And I think it takes the wind out of your sails sometimes if you're like planning on watching something with somebody and then they just watch it all without you.
Yeah.
I don't remember like what episodes or what season necessarily, but I think you haven't watched like a lot of the ones that like people really love, like the ones that really made it like locked in. So that's pretty cool. There's some good ones to watch if you're ever interested. There's some episodes that are just like fantastic in my opinion. It kind of loses its steam about just saying like the newest season is the end. I'm not saying like they're probably gonna make more, but let's say 3/4 of the way to where they are now, it kind of loses some steam. A lot of the stories are kind of samey and like based around the same kind of concept over and over again.
Okay.
And then it's almost like they became aware of that, because then they got a little more creative again and started going a few different angles.
Huh. Okay.
But it's always every season is hit and miss, right? Because even just by the concept, like it's going to be different stories, so you're going to like some better than others.
Yeah.
But like last season, I think there were some I really liked and some I didn't like at all. And so far, I've only seen 3. I don't even know how many there are this season, but it's the ratio is better so far, at least with the first 3.
I like to hear that.
So I don't know, but it's a fun show. I like it regardless. Cool. Even an episode that's not that strong is still kind of interesting because you get kind of unique concepts and stories.
I have a question for you.
Ask away.
Has anybody fucked a pig yet?
Yeah, they did that season 1. Spoiler.
I mean, like that's since that.
Oh, yeah, that happens every season. That's the one through line.
Damn it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
It's actually kind of like one of those little fun nods. If you look in the background, there's someone fucking a pig in every episode, at least at some point. You just have to look for it.
I have to look for it. Yeah, Jesus, that's cool as hell.
They actually have things in the show where it's like there's like a song that's in like most of the episodes.
Oh, really?
It's things like that, like little through lines.
I loved Bandersnatch. But Bandersnatch was fucking dope. Like,
there's a sequel to Bandersnatch in this one apparently this season. I haven't gotten to that yet.
Oh my gosh.
It's either a sequel or it's like some kind of like spiritual successor, but
it's not going to be
the one guy that one
right?
I can't think of that guy's name, but you know, the blonde guy, he's in it, and you think he plays the same guy.
Interesting. So like
we'll see.
The ending where he kills himself is not canon, then is what you're saying.
Maybe, I don't know. It's hard to say in this show. Like, it gets kind of weird, and like there's occasionally different dimensions and occasionally different stories and occasionally things that exist only in like a computer. I don't know. It's kind of hard. You can't really predict. But
it's an anthology.
It's
series,
a fun show.
So it's like none of it's connected.
Yeah. Some. I mean, well, this. Mostly no, but there's some through lines. There's some like things that pop from one over to the other. I think this season actually has like, I don't know if the Bandersnatch one's a full-on sequel, but there is an actual sequel in this season that I haven't seen it yet, but I'm aware of it because read about it.
I'm curious if
keep going.
Well, I guess I'm not curious, but it'd be really wild if they, like, the final season, they somehow managed to, like, link together all the stories and be like, it is the same world. Whoa.
So there's some things, like, there's a technology that's in, like a third of the episode. That's one of those things I was mentioning that's kind of, like,
oh, interesting,
samey that I think they've started to get away from, but there's definitely things that go from one to the other, but some of them are super, like, independent. Gianna says, OMG, are you just watching season 1 for the first time or a newer season?
Oh, she said that a while ago. I think that was before you clarified that you were on the...
Got it. Yeah. No, I've seen it all, but except for the newest season. We're going through it.
Gotcha.
But yeah, man, there's some really great episodes, some really cool concepts.
You know what's funny is
I recommend it.
Back when I was a little pirate back in the days, and I was like downloading mad files off the internet, I had downloaded the reason I saw the first 3 seasons of Black Mirror was because I downloaded them off the internet.
Oh my god! Police, he's right here.
And so I shared them with this one friend. And like this was before Netflix purchased Black Mirror and before they like really popped off. And like he came back and told me like he watched them before I got a chance to, and he was like, you should watch them. Like they were pretty wild episodes. Like this happens and that happens. I was like, huh, crazy. I just kind of like heard that this show was pretty good, and I found the torrent. So like blah blah blah. And now the show's really popped off since that's happened, and it's kind of funny that like I was sort of ahead of the curve on it, and yet I feel like I've watched the least of anybody.
Well, you got the one thing everybody wants out of a new series or show. You want to be the one who said you saw it first, and then once you achieved that, you could just throw it away. Like
that's true.
Got everything you needed out of it.
I had the ultimate hipster experience.
I liked this before it was cool, and now I'm done with it.
I had the ultimate hipster experience. It's pretty great. Can't complain.
You did. Congratulations, man. That's people, people wish they had what you had.
People wish they were me.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of really good ones. I mean, I recommend watching it for sure. There's definitely a lot of bad ones too, though. But so you have to kind of prepare yourself for that. Yeah, I could always give you like a watch guide if you didn't want to go through them all.
Me, who loves watching bad movies, do you think I'm gonna really mind if I have a bad episode of Black Mirror to sit through?
There's a difference between good, bad, and bad, bad, right? Would you agree?
Yeah, but you know me. I
mean, that's fair, you know.
I can stick through all of them. They really don't faze me anymore.
All right. There you go then. Have at it. I think you'll enjoy some of them a ton. And it's funny, there are some that are fully just like they were a wild concept, now they actually exist.
Right.
In the real world. And it's wild. Like it's so yeah.
Can't wait to see those episodes play out in real time. Welcome to the hellscape.
Yeah, exactly.
Mad Lad's in the chat. Hey, Mad Lad. Good to see you, Mad Lad.
Mad Lad.
More like Glad Lad. That's me. To see ya.
Hey. Wow. Love that. Love that.
Indeed. Brandon, you're drawing a man with a chair here.
Yes, I am.
Wow.
Your guy looked like he needed a place to sit.
He sure did.
And so this guy's being helpful.
How's the stream looking for everybody, by the way? Just out of curiosity, because I'm getting a lot of like low latency but zero dropped frames, and I'm just wondering if that's like affecting the stream adversely for anybody. I feel like the latency
looks crisp on my end.
It looks good. Okay. Wow.
And I don't mean to like, you know, interrupt your question, but I will say I don't know what it is, but anytime I stream, it tells me that my latency is terrible, but it looks good to, I think, from what I have been told and what I see.
Okay.
And my frames don't drop. It's just that weird bar is always red.
Huh.
The bitrate bar is always red.
Then I must have done what you've done, and it seems like it's the thing to do. So, Mad Lad says it's awesome. Gianna says the stream has buffered a few times, but nothing crazy. I'll be able to pay better attention in a few when my food is ready, and I'm back at the desk. Well, I can't wait to see. But I'm glad to hear that overall it's good. Mad Lad says it's looking pretty good for me. The draw along seems to be the one from last week with my dumb little stick man.
It is indeed.
Oh no.
No, I mean that's
on purpose.
I didn't change it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't added anything new. There wasn't much in there last week. I drew one guy and then Mad Lad drew a stick guy. So yeah. I just figured we could just continue on that one for now.
Okay, that's
for this
fair.
Week.
Yeah, I'm totally cool with that. We can turn that into a lovely art piece. What if we kept the same draw along for like 3 episodes in a row and just really challenge people to fill out the space?
People keep adding to it.
Yeah,
I like that.
So let's
start that next week.
Okay, or let's start that next week. Okay. But cool, I'm glad to hear I picked the right boxes for the stream. It seems like I've sort of solved that one issue that was really plaguing us, which was really kind of bumming us out, I think.
Yeah, I think it was.
So I'm glad we fixed that, and that's cool.
Me too.
Awesome.
Me too. I think it's more fun for people watching too.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, it's 100%.
They can actually communicate to us.
Lotus said the draw along isn't updating. Oh god, okay. This is doing that thing.
What?
No, don't worry about it. It's doing that thing.
Oh, I understand. Oh, yeah. Cool. Lotus clock looking awesome.
I have to like I need a third monitor if like my computer's gonna keep doing this, but basically any window that isn't visible isn't being updated. But in order to have these windows visible and updated, I have to like stack them.
We could always, before next week, we could always move over to Ninja.
It's okay. I think I've got
And
this.
I could stream that through Ninja to you. And then you could just pump in all the little things like I do when I stream.
Right now. I think everything's good at the moment.
Yeah, it looks good now. I'm just saying your problem that you were saying you had, that would maybe solve it if you wanted to.
I don't. It's okay.
But we don't have to solve it.
I'll get this figured out eventually. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. As long as it's working, it means I can solve it. But yeah, so I've been watching some Malcolm in the Middle.
How far are you guys through that? You kind of just started it, right?
Yeah, we're still in the first season. We've only done like a couple episodes at a time. We did one episode tonight because I had the show. You know, we do a couple episodes here and there, but overall,
is he still in the middle at this point?
Still in the middle. Everyone's still
okay.
Like, Reese is still in military school.
Okay.
You know, it's all that, but it's a great show. It's really funny. It's a really good show.
It is really good. It holds up pretty well. I watch it. You know, it feels recent because it's just. I talked about this a little bit last time, but I watched it maybe last time I went all the way through. It was probably 10 years ago, but it still feels recent. I guess it's recent compared to when it aired.
Yeah, absolutely. Zach says he can't draw any to draw along. He just gets kicked to his own little canvas. If somebody wants to help Z Newts out with getting situated in the draw along, please help a brother out. And I mean that literally. He is my brother. But
I don't know what that's about. Lotus Clock's drawn in there.
Yeah. Is it true that Malcolm in the Middle is actually Walter White's tragic backstory? It's actually Saul Goodman's. Yes. What's also significant about Malcolm in the Middle is that from what I've read, it is one of the first TV show sitcoms to not do a laugh track. Like, it's one of the first to do the format.
Huh. I never knew that.
Yeah, so you can thank Malcolm in the Middle for sitcoms that are single camera, no laugh track.
Gosh, they do deserve to be thanked for that.
Right? Fucking A. I hate laugh tracks.
Much better.
It's way better. Having a single having it shot like a fucking movie and then having no laugh track and having it just be a really funny show. Yes, it's so much better.
Yeah. There's something fun and nostalgic about something with a laugh track, but I don't think it feels weird to do it now. If that makes sense.
It does. It feels dated.
Like, I can watch Seinfeld and I don't mind that there's a laugh track, but I don't know.
It would have been better if there wasn't a laugh track in it, though.
Probably true. Yeah. Probably true.
Laugh tracks are so dumb, says Gianna. I agree. Yeah. It definitely feels like it's like one of those things where in media where they didn't know the better option yet, so they all did that because that seemed like the best choice at the time to handle the medium, and then eventually somebody figures out oh, hey, what if we do it this way? And then everyone's like, oh, that is better. We do that now.
Yeah, I wonder why they did that originally. Maybe to make it make a show out, a live show out of.
Yeah, probably because they thought that because sound mixing wasn't a thing at that point, and a live show or a TV show probably thought that the only model they had to work off of was plays.
Yeah, it might have been a gradual transition from theater shows and stuff like that.
You kind of have to slowly shift the mindset maybe of the people, because first it probably started with people who were used to plays, and then it sort of later on as TV went, it became people who grew up on TV, so they maybe had fresh ideas because they weren't basing on TV on how do we make it feel like a play. It was how do we make it feel like better TV or something like that. Maybe, I don't know, just a theory.
Could be. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I guess you'd have to look at what some of the first sitcoms were, or what people were watching. I don't know if maybe they were. I don't really know. I don't really know about the evolution of all that. But yeah, I don't know. But there's something charming about when a scene is actually funny in a sitcom and the crowd's really reacting to it.
Yeah.
But adversely, it has the opposite effect if the scene is not charming or the scene is not funny and the audience is reacting to it. That sucks. But if the scene is actually really funny and you hear the audience just losing it, that adds to the funniness a little bit to me, or I don't know. So I don't know. There's pros and cons, I suppose, but I'm not sad to see it go as a way of doing things.
It's definitely still around because there's obviously still like laugh track sitcoms made, but I'm definitely happy to see it fall out of favor for the most part.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I wish we had a live studio audience.
That'd actually kind of be great for this format, actually. Just more things, more stimuli would probably help us out. That's why I put this background behind me, which it looks like it's the Jurassic Park game again. Before it was playing the Lotus 2 game. This playlist is full of a lot of games from my childhood. Not all of them. There's a lot of games I've never played before, but yeah. A lot of games from my childhood in this playlist. Like Lotus 2. Ironically enough, Lotus Clock is in the chat, but like Lotus 2 was a racing game I had that was really fun. Had a great soundtrack.
Lotus also?
That's right. Lotus as well.
Speaking of live studio audience, we actually do have one.
Oh,
they
wow.
love when
That's great.
They love when I call them out, you know.
Yeah.
We'll have to cut that.
Hey, shut up. Thank you. Sorry.
Hey,
Sorry.
Stop being mean to them. They don't like that.
Sorry.
They're feelings. They're people.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Look,
Jesus.
Hey, everybody, look. Ian, he's just a guy, okay? He didn't mean it, okay? Okay, I think I want him back. I want him back. I showed your humanity.
Yeah, you dumb sons of bitches. I am fun.
Oh man, you lost him again.
I lost him again. Damn it.
Oh well. All right, now they'll probably just be quiet for the rest of the show, I imagine.
Yeah, I think they're gonna calm
There's no
down.
way to be sure though.
Brandon, have you been playing any games?
I have been playing a little bit of. This is kind of a random one, but Enshrouded.
Oh yeah, I saw you were playing that. Is that the one that's the survival craft room up, or is that the one that's from Obsidian?
It is a survival craft 'em up. It's in early access, which is why I kind of stopped. But then I was just kind of craving that style of game, so I started it up, and they've added a lot of stuff. It's pretty fleshed out. Me and Leviathan Den tried it out a little bit when it first came out, and it didn't grip us very much back then, but I'm enjoying it a lot more this time around.
Cool.
Not necessarily that because they added a lot of stuff. I think I kind of like got a better idea of like how to play it and like stuff like that. I think I was kind of, I don't know. Sometimes coming back to a game with fresh eyes, I kind of lock in a little bit more the second time.
Yeah, I feel that.
But no, it's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. There's a lot of different builds, and there's like a skill tree that's pretty extensive-ish, and the building's really cool. So I've been kind of building houses and stuff because I like to do that in games. Okay.
Cool.
Sue me.
Sue you. I will.
Sue me. I like to decorate a virtual house every now and then. Was that legal?
No,
is that illegal?
It's actually super
you're calling
illegal.
the cops now?
Yeah. 911. Hello.
Oh, the cops are on their way now?
Yeah, this sicko is. Yeah, he's at blank 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 street.
Don't just tell him my street.
I'm sorry.
You just doxed me.
I'm sorry.
Now I have to move from blank blank street.
Man, it'll be good though. You've always had a hard time saying it.
Did you call the? Yeah, it'll be nice to live somewhere that's easier to say.
Yeah.
Did you call the police from your location?
Yeah, I did. It's gonna take a while for them to get there. You have time to move.
Oh, okay, cool. I got time. They won't be here for like. You'd think they'd just call the local police.
I know, but that's not how it works actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody knows that.
The police all of a sudden turn into like an It Follows monster, and they'll eventually get to you. They just have to make.
Yeah, they're walking here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been playing some of that. That's been pretty fun.
When when Avowed came out, I thought it was Enshrouded. I was like, oh, it must have come out of early access, but no, Avowed is different.
No. You see, Avowed is Avowed. Enshrouded is actually Enshrouded.
Okay.
So that's how you can tell the difference. They're different.
Yeah. Okay, I see where I got it wrong.
But yeah, it's been pretty fun. I am really looking forward to playing Abiotic Factor. The more I see about it, the more I think I'm gonna love it. I am thinking, from what I've read about it and stuff, I think it's what's going on here? What's going on here with my brush? Oh yeah, I know what's going on. I think it's a little bit more of like one that we should kind of play
Together?
Mostly at the same time, then like just throw up a server and everybody go off.
That's fair.
So I think it's a little bit more of like
a teamwork kind of.
A little bit more story and a little bit more like things that you want to be there for.
Yeah. Kind of like
as
Conan?
You discover them. Yeah, kind of. So when we get to that point, we'll figure out how we want to do it.
Cool.
But
Sounds good to me. I'm excited too. I'm really excited.
It looks great, and people who like all the reviews, everybody just really seems to enjoy it a lot.
Yeah, I've been really pumped to play it. I think we're making the right choice by waiting for it to like finish.
Yeah, it's been a struggle, but I'm, I'm being strong.
You are so strong.
Thanks for saying that.
You're so welcome.
Man says I've also been interested in Abiotic Factor that's coming out on console. Yeah, exactly. I think 1.0 is supposed to come out this summer. And the developers seem really like cool, and everybody who's playing it seems to really enjoy it. From what I like, people seem to really like it.
Yeah.
If you haven't bought it yet, and you want to, because I see Xenute saying he has it on his wish list, they're going to up the price like $10 when it hits
1.0.
Right now it's on sale. Plus, it's going to go up $10 once it releases. So they put out a video being like, "Hey, buy it now, and then you don't have to spend as much money." But it's true if that's something you're interested in.
I respect a company that gives us a heads up.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They did this funny video where they're like, "Now we should talk price about the final release," and the guy's like, $89.99, and the other person's like, "What? No, we can't do that. We're not Nintendo."
Damn.
And then they just kind of go back and forth a bunch until they finally land on it, only going up like $10.
That's funny.
Yeah, I liked it.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Nintendo, why you gotta be like that? I just want to race. I just want to drive a little go-kart around and slip on banana peel and throw a shell up my friends. That's all I want to do.
Why you do these?
Leviathan Den says that would be fun to play. Yeah, I think it will be.
Oh, I agree.
I think it's gonna be a good time.
Now I just have to. You have to promise me this one thing, okay?
I won't promise anything.
You just gotta really double check with me before you think that I'm emotionally done with the game, okay?
I'm so sorry I did that to you. That time. I'll never do that to you again.
Just really.
We were playing. I need to. Since it's my shame to bear, I'll explain.
Okay.
We were playing Core Keeper.
I'm sorry to bring this up on the show.
No, it's fair. I deserve the shame. I deserve the. You've told many stories tonight about your people betraying you and forging ahead on something that you were excited to.
It's a common theme in my life.
Spend that time with yeah, people just leaving you in the dust.
Yeah.
And we were playing Core Keeper, and I don't know why I assumed. I was wrong, but I thought Ian was done playing. I thought he wasn't interested in playing anymore. And so I beat the game, and then he was like, "Hey, we should play Core Keeper," and I'm like, "Ooh, I'm sorry. I thought you didn't want to, but that was my bad. Bad friend over here."
Yep.
That's fair.
Yeah, that was a bummer.
Fair.
That was a bummer. I'll play it someday.
I will say. Oh wait, go ahead.
No, that's it. I'll play it someday.
But I already beat it.
Oh shit. I guess that the game's locked up then.
You can't play it. I already beat it.
I guess I'll just play Abiotic Factor.
No, I already beat that too. Sorry.
Oh no, damn it, Brandon! I told you.
Also, I finished DrawBomb without you.
I didn't know there was an ending.
I did about
to
1,000 more episodes.
Oh shit!
It is fine.
Oh,
we gained a few followers.
Oh, okay, like 3?
Yeah, a few.
Okay. Sounds about right.
Leviathan Den says, I still carry that weight till this day. Yeah, Leviathan Den was there with me, although it wasn't his fault. He, in fact, to absolve Den, he was like, what about Ian? And I'm like, oh, he doesn't like this game anymore. Oh,
damn.
He tried. He tried, and it was me.
I really got to know
where you thought,
where you heard like in your brain.
Yeah, what the hell? I don't know. Like that's why I'm fully owning this, because like I for some reason actually believed that. I don't know how my brain came to that point. I don't know what I heard or what I thought I heard.
I will say with WrestleMania, I have been eating a lot of snacks late at night, and I have had some restless sleep and some wild dreams, and some of those dreams were like trying to poison my life, because I'll like wake up and I'm just like, oh yeah, I gotta go buy that cake for so and so, and like, yeah, I don't like, it's like they implant that seed that like these conversations actually happen, and I'm like, oh no, wait, no it didn't. I have to remember which conversations were real and which weren't for my fucking dreams.
It might have been something like that. It also might have been Xenoots joined the server for a minute, and then he decided he didn't like it, and maybe for some reason I like my brain
conflated that with me.
Conflated you. I don't know. I'm not sure how I came to that conclusion. It was wrong, and I will forever live with the guilt, and I will have to answer to God one day.
That's right. St. Peter at the gate will be like
on the stoop of heaven, and he'll be like, hey, we've been waiting for you. It's time for you. Come on, get in here. We got everything. It's all. Wait a minute. What's this here? What's this at the bottom?
It's Corekeeper thing?
You beat Corekeeper without your friend and left him behind?
That's kind of
straight to hell.
It's kind of fucked, don't you think, to do that? Maybe you should burn in the pit.
He's gonna throw me in the molten drink, and that'll be the end.
That's right. Brandon soup.
And it'll be deserved. It'll be deserved.
It will be. You'll have earned it.
You know.
You've earned your spot in hell.
I am the bad friend, but you know, I'll just spend the rest of my life trying to build back some of those points, you know.
You won't, but that's okay.
I want to be good friend again. Damn it, blew it.
Your karma level is too low. You've already got the bad ending.
Dang it. What is the bad ending?
You go to hell.
Go to hell.
Disgusting.
Okay, yeah. It's the bad ending. Nobody wants that.
Yeah. Or also you do like a bunch of episodes of a weird online internet show with a friend who you guys never
that's the bad ending?
pop off and gain traction.
That ending goes for a while. It kind of drags on a little long.
Drags on, yeah. That's the worst part about it, is that the never ending. It's like spaghettification, you know.
Spaghetti about it.
Spaghetti about it. Here we go.
Wow.
Whoa.
Oh, Xenoots redeemed a draw Willem Dafoe.
Oh boy. I
All
gotta make that more expensive.
I can do that. Yeah, I agree. We already did, but it's not expensive enough.
Not expensive enough.
All right. I'll draw a Dafoe. I'll make him the referee.
That's perfect.
Bring up a picture of this beautiful man. There he is. There he is.
Willem de Ref.
Willem de Ref. Exactly. All right. Yeah. So that's been it. How was your Easter?
Easter was fine.
How was your Easter?
I took a big fucking nap, and honestly, amazing. 10 out of 10.
Love a nap. Love a nap. You know who else took a big fucking nap? Jesus, for 3 days. And then he returned to us on Easter Day.
Describing his death and resurrection as a big nap.
A big fucking nap. Yeah, that's probably offensive to some people. But I like to picture my Jesus with a nice sense of humor, you know. He can laugh about it now. Enough time's passed.
Oh, that got me. That really got me.
I've been going to hell before. How about now?
I just that you're like fucking like DJ. Like speaking of people who took a big nap, let's talk about Jesus. All right. Hope everyone's having a good Easter. Now we're gonna get back to you with these smooth jams.
Just a way to rope it all together. You know, there's always a way. You just gotta be creative.
You fucking die.
We like to have fun here, folks.
You're like, I just guess he took a big fucking nap.
Like
he was like tortured to death.
He came back. He came back.
He was like tortured to death and like was dead in like a tomb. That's so funny.
He returned. He came back. You know. I
just imagine like Jesus comes home and Mary, like his mom, and he's like, "Hey, mom, check it out," and she's like, "Oh, honey, how was it?" He's like, "I'm here." She's like, "Oh, how was your big nap?" "Mom, I was dead." "Oh, that's sweet."
Yeah, it's like he woke up, or I should stop saying it that way. On the third day, he's back, and he like shows up to all his disciples, and they're like, "Oh, look at sleepyhead finally woke up." They do that shitty thing that like relatives do when if you come out of your bedroom at like past 9 a.m.
Oh man. Oh. He woke up. He said he woke up.
I'm glad to hear you had a nap, you know.
Whew, I did. I had a good nap. Just like my homies, Jesus. Brandon, do you have any special Easter memories from your life?
Special Easter memories from my life? Yeah, kind of. One thing I will say is, I'm sure some people did this, but I grew up thinking this was like what everybody did, and kind of learned that it wasn't fully like what everybody did. But my parents used to, on Easter morning, they would hide these things called eggs. No, I'm just kidding. They would hide candy all over the house, but they would just do it like loosely on like every surface all over the house. Like, they would like every cabinet door, every like top of everything. Like they would hide it. Like it would make it a really fun like hunt to like look for all the candy. And then I always thought that was just normal, and realized that a lot of people just like you're just handed a basket, and I was like, oh man, yeah, my parents really got into it. That was pretty fun of them, and I appreciate that.
We had a few Easters where we got a basket of candy, as well as like small gifts like a music CD. I got a lot of music CDs on Easter, actually, for some reason. I got my first Linkin Park CD on Easter, and I got my first Fatboy Slim CD on Easter. I think Zach got a couple of Weird Al CDs on Easter. He might have got UHF on DVD the one year on Easter.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I never really got Easter gifts, just a bunch of candy, but it was always fun to like look for it all.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. We would go to our grandmother's and do an Easter egg hunt, but that was like the closest to what you're describing that we had.
Yeah. But I don't know. I always enjoyed that.
Well, cool.
I remember one Easter, it like aligned with spring break, so we drove to my aunt's house, which was like, she was in like Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad like got a converter so he could plug the TV into like the cigarette lighter, and then we just sat in the back and watched movies the whole way, and that was pretty cool.
That's pretty sick.
That's an Easter memory.
That's an Easter memory right there.
Nice job, Dale.
Hey. I'll tell you what, Dale. That's
see, I don't have a problem saying my dad's name on the stream. See,
Wait, is that a shot at me?
Yeah, I got in trouble for saying your dad's name on the stream.
Oh, that's right. Well, I mean, now everyone knows your dad's name, and you. I didn't tell you this, but like when you said my dad's name on the stream, he got so many death threats.
No.
Just so many. I should have warned
Why?
you. I didn't know you dox your own dad on stream. Like, I should have warned you. I guess I didn't think.
I gotta call Dale.
Yeah, stop saying it, dude. Jesus.
Oh, oh no. Dang it. Why do so many of our viewers give death threats?
I don't know, man. It's crazy. Like, they're not in the chat, but they are in the emails giving death threats.
I was gonna say, we know everybody in our chat. Who is it? What, Mad Lad? Is he sending your dad death threats?
No, actually, no,
Lotus Clock.
It's no one in the chat. It's someone who's not in the chat sending all these death threats. We should start that as like a fun fan thing that fans do. Is they send us, like, if we make the fans send us fun death threats before the real death threats come in, then it won't affect us.
Seems like a slippery slope. It also seems like it's gonna make it real hard to tell the police about the real ones when they're like, wait, you do what now on your show?
No, see, our fans do send us death threats, but it's always about drowning us in cake. But the real death threats are the ones that aren't cake related.
What if someone does kill us with cake?
That's great.
Or is that cool? Okay. I don't even like cake that much. That would be. I don't want to die that way.
I'm not a big cake guy myself, in all honesty, but you know, there's worse ways to go.
True. There are worse ways to go.
Speaking of worse ways to go, no.
I was thinking it, but I'm like, nah, we're not doing that. Sheesh.
Marin?
Sheesh, Marin. Zenut says, I'm gonna twist your dad's nipples off.
No.
Oh no, don't do that to him. I hope he was talking to me, because
that would be weird.
If he's talking to you, then your dad's in immediate danger.
Yeah, he's got to watch out. Your Willem Dafoe is really crouched low in this ring.
Well, I couldn't see. I'm gonna move him, but I couldn't see what I was drawing with the background.
Fair.
Not mean?
I understand what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
I pick up what you're putting down. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you are saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I believe I do know what you were saying. Now I'm quoting South Park. Well, yes, I believe I do know what you are saying.
So we skipped last Tuesday, but we're gonna be back tomorrow. Yes?
Yes, we are.
Amazing. Get back to Hercules and getting some Workules done as well.
That's right. We're gonna have to Workules our little fingies off.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So pumped. I love that show. Might be a new favorite.
We love Hercules here.
Hercules.
Big fan of Hercules here.
Hercules. Brandon, are you hearing about this new Sinners movie?
No, tell me about this movie. I have not heard of this at all.
It's the talk of the town.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
With your town?
No,
that might explain why I haven't heard of it.
The internet town.
Oh, the royal town.
Yeah,
internet. Yeah, okay.
But
tell me about it. What is it?
It's by the guy who directed Creed and Black Panther and another movie.
Oh.
It's a vampire movie.
I think I've seen like some thumbnails and like people talking about it, but I haven't like, because I browse around on like Reddit or places where things would get discussed. I haven't read anything about it or seen the trailer, so tell me about it.
Oh, wait, real quick. Lotus Clock is going to bed.
Oh, well, we should take a quick look at his drawing.
Yes. Okay. How do I have this set up now? One sec. There we go. Look at Lotus Clock with their magnificent wrestler. About to throw a chair.
Wow. I like his nipple stars. That's great.
Those are some styling nipples.
They are. That's a good. I like the belt.
Mm-hmm. Is that a?
Hell yeah! Well done.
Belt? That's a good belt. That's like a very royal DrawBomb belt.
Well, Mad Lad's Stickman, beefed up. You know.
Mm-hmm.
He got swole.
And he's going wah.
He's about to get hit by a chair, I think.
Yeah.
As
He's
well.
going wow, or as they would say in anime, NONI.
Is that the translation?
Well, actually, the official translation is of NONI is what?
Okay. That's what I thought. So no, well, I don't know, you just take off the last letter.
No.
Non? Yeah. Something like that. Oh. Tell me about this show.
Duh. Oh, Sinners is a movie. It's out in theaters now.
Tell me about this. Oh, it's out already. Okay.
It's out in theaters. People are saying it's really good. Man Carrying
Love that.
Thing has a
Love
movie
when it's
review
really
channel,
good.
and he's part of the YMS podcast now, but he gave it a 10 out of 10. A lot of people are saying it's great.
That's quite the review.
Michael B. Jordan plays twins, but they're like completely different personalities, and so he's like performing as two characters in the same movie essentially.
That's fun. I like that.
Thank you for reminding me, Gianna. As well, there's this crazy. So it's made $60 million in its first weekend of a $90 million budget, which is pretty wild. And word of mouth is only picking up.
Wow.
But also,
especially for theaters, because it's kind of a hard road these days.
Especially for theaters. But on top of that, it turns out the director Ryan Coogler worked out a deal where after 25 years, he gets the full rights to the movie.
Whoa. And it's a successful movie. So that's pretty cool for him.
Been so far a successful movie, and it might be even more successful. So what's happening is he's retaining the rights to the IP and all of that stuff supposedly, and like this movie is now like this big thing. So like, it actually kind of would be a good thing for the movie industry if this movie does fucking gangbusters. So the fact that word is really popping off about this movie, because people are really liking this movie, is kind of exciting. I also hear it's kind of a musical.
I mean, it'll only get. Oh, that's cool. I like that. It'll only get more popular as it goes because word of mouth. You know, like this. Like we just had this conversation. Yeah. And now I want to go see it, and that's gonna happen.
Go. Yeah. I want to see it in theaters. We need to get a theater trip going with some folks. Gianna, you heard it here first. Next time I'm in Philly, let's go get a gang. Let's go see Sinners. What do you say?
Let's wait for her answer.
Yep. Now that the lag is gone.
But no, that sounds cool. Yeah. Cool. I'll have to look more into that. There's a period where I kind of was like over theaters, and I still don't like to go to them as much as I used to, but I do like to go to them. So like whenever there's a movie that's like worth going, I'm always excited because I'm like, ooh, an excuse or a reason to go to the theater.
I just want to say, Gianna says, cool. I'm down for an adventure. So the response was quick. The response was positive.
Wow, that's the response you were hoping for, I think, right? So
I'm gonna be in Philly Thursday, Friday. If anyone wants to kill me, doxing myself right there. So
oh man,
if we see Sinners this week, you could see Sinners this week. We could do a Sinners discussion for DrawBomb next week.
When did you say you'd be able to go? Thursday?
Maybe Thursday, Friday.
Okay, I'll see it. I'll try to see it before next week.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, cool. Mad Lad.
That'd be fun.
Mad Lad says I'm interested in seeing it, even though ads completely took over the discussion about it. I'm sorry about that. What do we have much to say about it? Oh, Tasmania is playing behind me now, which was a Tasmanian Devil themed Sega Genesis game.
I was gonna ask.
Yes.
I mean, that would have been my guess, but it's weird that they just called it Tasmania. I thought they would have gone with like Taz.
But it's a pretty fun game. I remember getting stuck on it pretty hardcore.
I remember playing the one where it's like him versus Martian, like the Martian, whatever.
You are
Marvin.
That is
right.
this one, and you eat food and you get power-ups.
Yeah, it's Sega has a lot of. I mean, it's just that era, but Sega was still like had a lot of hard games.
A lot of hard games, man. The Lion King
it was
game
like
was notorious.
Super Nintendo, I feel like, was starting to kind of head in the direction of like beatable games, but Sega still felt like kind of Nintendo era, like arcade, like this is impossible, but it's you can play it forever.
Yeah, absolutely. There was a lot of games that had so what I found this out apparently is that there were games that were made specifically to be rented over and over. So that's why there were a lot of games that would have a lot of easy levels and then would all of a sudden have a very hard level that would kind of like stop you because like it would encourage you to keep renting the game to try and beat that level. And then, you know, that was a thing apparently.
That's interesting.
I heard that in a Josh Strife Hayes thing. He talked about that in one of his clips, I believe. So that's where I'm getting this info from. I don't know if it works differently in the UK compared to in America when it came to video game rentals back in the day, but that is what he said. So
I'd never considered that. I'd always thought it was, I mean, I'm sure both are true, but in my head it was just like, oh well, they just came from arcades and all the game developers were making arcade games, and some of these were actually cabinets that are being brought to home.
Right.
So everything was just hard for that reason. It was just, I mean, that was the style of making games. Everything was made that way at first.
Yeah.
And then they started to be like, oh, well, let's make this like a completable experience.
Yeah.
A lot of them had endings, but it was never intended for you to really get there.
Yeah, you were intended to just like play the game in perpetuity and spend your hard-earned coins.
Exactly. But yeah, Sega seems to still kind of be doing a lot of that. At least in the games I played on it.
Yeah, I mean, Lion King was one of the games Josh Strife Hayes brought up as being one of those games that was meant to be rented over and over. And like we had the Lion King game, like we purchased it.
That game was so fucking hard.
And that game was hard, specifically the I Just Can't Wait to Be King level. Like you would have an easy time playing the game, and then all of a sudden, oh my god, you have to hit these buttons at the exact right moment, and like it felt like nothing you did would like do it right.
Yeah. What a time.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive.
And I just can't wait to be king.
It's a good song.
That's a good song.
Alright.
I think this drawing is just about done. What do you say?
I think so. My Willem Dafoe is done.
Willem Dafoe's
How'd I do?
Great. I love it.
He's the little guy.
How do you feel about this here background?
It's perfect. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh, I like the little. It needs more big hologram men in the background, but I guess I'll let it go.
It needs a giant.
Zenith says
terrifying
Sega Genesis
Roman
had
Reigns.
some. Exactly. Had some certified bangers. I agree. It definitely did. And I didn't have one, to be fair, so I can't really just be like, oh, they're all hard.
Yeah.
So I got like my sample size wasn't that big, but no, there definitely were some really great ones. I just feel like I don't know the timeline, but I feel right around that time Super Nintendo was doing its thing too, right? Was that about the same time?
Same time.
And Nintendo, I think, was starting to like build more like games that were very beatable.
Yeah, stories that were meant to be completed. You were like Zelda had a invented saving.
Yeah, they had. I mean, you could save on Zelda on Nintendo, original Nintendo.
Exactly, they invented it.
I remember that because I remember I went on and deleted my cousin's Zelda game where he had like almost beat the whole game as a little kid because So, you know, there's another reason I'm going to hell.
Oh no!
Like, wow, a lot of video game related sins here.
Wow, yeah. What the hell? You really fucked up on. You should just not.
Why are you even talking to me? You really thought you were gonna slide?
Jesus, you're a monster.
Jesus, get in here.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Hit this guy. All right. Are we ready to save this picture and maybe take a break, Brandon?
We sure are.
All right.
Well, I like the way you colored the DrawBomb logo.
Oh, thank you. I like the way you colored
pretty
your
fun
giant muscle man.
Oh, thanks. You'll see it tomorrow, but I created my show starts soon screen is going to pull these drawings, and it's like a slideshow. So you just, as soon as we save this, it automatically gets inserted in the pool, which I think is cool and
very exciting,
fun, and it's been fun even just for me, like, to watch. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember drawing that. I remember drawing that. I remember drawing that. I remember drawing that. Is what I say each time one, and then another one appears, and I go, I remember drawing that.
Perfect.
And then another one shows up, and I'm like, I remember drawing that.
I remember drawing that.
And then you can imagine kind of how it goes from there.
I think so. Wait. Oh yeah, I remember drawing that.
Yeah. Real quick before we go to break, Gianna says Wario's Woods on SNES only saved every 5 levels, and you could only accumulate lives through beating multiple levels and collecting coins based on how fast you beat a level. So if you died at level 85, you pretty much had to start over. Oh, that's a brutal. It's a weird. Why would they even do that? I guess to make it like hard.
Yeah, I mean,
that is a more like directly arcadey game, though. It's like a puzzly game, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, and back in the day, you had a lot more free time. There were a lot less video games out there competing for that time. Yeah. And
they were expensive. I mean, they're kind of like, the cost of them then is kind of like the cost of what they're approaching now.
Yeah.
It's like for me to go to my parents and be like, I got a new video game. They'd be like, no. play what you have. That's what you have.
Yeah, they were mad expensive.
But yeah. Okay. Let's go to a quick break, and then we'll be back with folks. More DrawBomb content.
That's right. See you all very soon.
After these messages.
Bye-bye. Whoa, I need to fix those transitions, but we're back, folks. How's it going? How's it going?
Oh.
Whoa there.
It's going good.
Whoa.
Going good. How's it going for you?
It's going good. And I think it's time for us to do a tier list. Oopsies, that's the wrong button.
Yeah.
Tier list, folks. That's right, it's a tier list. Here we go. Let me get this set up properly. Just a second. Let's get this tier list ready to go. All right. It's the Disney tier list. That's right. We've done the DreamWorks tier list. We've done the Pixar tier list. It only makes sense for us to do the Disney tier list. Now, Brandon, how are you? How confident are you that you've seen a good amount of these at least?
Ooh, I feel like I have probably seen 70%. 65% of these.
65% is what
is
your
great
guess?
Number.
I feel like I'm gonna do worse.
We'll do our best. Pixar things. Should we just skip those in this list?
I don't think Pixar things are in this list.
Okay, good. And Zenit says my tiers list. Yeah, that's
That's right. That's pretty much what it's gonna be once again. Okay.
Gonna be mad at us.
Are you ready for this?
I've never been more ready, honestly. In all my days.
I don't know if this is completely in order. It looks like it is.
Should we do it in order, or should I grab the order?
If you could, just to make sure we're on track, because some of these seem out of order, but I could be wrong. These look right, though. These look like they're in order.
Number 1, Snow White.
That is the first on this list. I think we're gonna be okay, but just keep us on track.
To go Snow White, Pinocchio, Fantasia.
Yep.
Reluctant Dragon, Dumbo, Bambi. Like,
I haven't seen Reluctant Dragon.
I've never heard of that.
Saludos Amigos is after Bambi.
Yeah, that's correct. Okay, they're in order.
Okay. Snow White. What do you think? Now, this tier list ranks them, starts out a bit differently. It goes peak, great, good, meh, bad. Should we do S, A, B, C like we have been, or should we keep this sort of vocalization that they've got going on?
I mean, this is kind of what I mean when I rank them, those letters. So I guess it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter because this feels pretty solid. That's
what my ratings mean. So what are they again? Can you say that to me one more time?
Peak, great, good, meh, bad, trash.
Okay, cool. Can we add a tier for haven't seen?
I have added that.
Okay, amazing. Well, there you go. So some things aren't going to be like our rating. I'm gonna rate like how I feel about the movie, but you know, some of these things would have been higher rated because they were like amazing at the time.
I'm gonna try and rank both considering how I feel, but also with cultural significance in mind.
Okay.
But my overall like vibe towards it will still come into play. Like if it was culturally significant, like I'm gonna consider that, but also like, you know, how much do I still want to watch it, you know?
I'm gonna throw Snow White. I'm gonna throw it in the meh column.
You think Snow White's pretty meh?
Or that's good or meh? No, that's kind of where I lay it. What do you think?
I feel like it's good.
It's not bad. Yeah, maybe meh's too harsh.
I feel like meh.
You know, not to change my answer, but we do have to agree. You know,
yeah,
in its placement.
I feel like good is okay, right? Like
I think good is fair. I mean, the animations, like you said, mentioning like culturally, like it was amazing to have like a feature length animation, and especially back then, the building something like that it's crazy how they did it.
Did Snow White at that time utilize like parallax background techniques? Because I know one of the Disney movies was the first to use that, and I think it might have been Snow White.
I know, it might have been. I know Bambi's like backgrounds and is like crazy. I think it's all like hand painted shit.
Yeah, like Snow White, I think if I'm correct on this, was the first animated movie, or at least was utilizing a technique that was being pioneered at the time, where the backgrounds were on multiple different layers, and then they would like move the layers independently based on where the camera was going to be, so that you would get that parallax background effect. And so like Snow White was one of the first movies to utilize that effect, and it was groundbreaking at the time, if I'm correct on this.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's funny. Mad Lad points something out that's true. He says the first feature length animated film is just good. Well, it's amazing. It's amazing that it was accomplished. But if we're talking about how I feel about going and sitting down and watching it right now, I think that's why it falls in good for me, because it's not my most entertaining option on the list.
It's groundbreaking. It's amazing when it's the only fucking movie to watch at the time, you know? Like 5 movies come out a year and Snow White is one of them, and it's like, wow, you know?
And they drew it.
Yeah. That is a very funny point to bring up, Mad Lad, though. Your perspective is always appreciated. Truly.
Appreciate that.
Pinocchio?
Pinocchio.
Also good in my opinion, but a little bit gooder than Snow White.
I think it's a little gooder.
All right.
I would like to put goodest on the left.
Okay, you want to do that? Can I argue
different than how we were doing in the past?
I know. Can I argue my case one last time, real quick?
Totally.
Okay,
sure.
So let's say we have 3 movies. I'm gonna put these back in the thing, I promise. But okay, say we have a movie here. Okay, now if we had like the top of a pyramid, right? Like which we would consider maybe like the top of the thing. We would take it and we would place it, and then the structure would remain the same. However, if we were to take something from the bottom of the pyramid, everything would have to shift with it, which is what happens in this thing, which is why I consider the best to be at the right of it, because it's at the top of this sort of pyramid that we're constructing here.
I see what you're saying. I don't know how to come to a conclusion on this because I still feel my way and you feel your way.
If you want to do your way, the rest of the chat seems to agree with you. So for the sake of, it seems like I'm the odd man out on this. I will go with your way. Well,
that's very big of you. Admitting when you're horribly wrong. All right. Moving on. Xenu says Pinocchio is great for me. It is definitely like, it's going to be near. I mean, it's definitely way better than Snow White. It's actually like very interesting and there's a lot going on.
Yeah,
I'm going to keep thinking the good.
I think it's good. It's like parts of it seem like it goes on some tangents that you could ultimately like cut from the movie.
Yeah. A lot of the Disney movies that pulled these like old folk tales cut a lot of the weird freaky stuff, and Pinocchio left a lot of that in.
True. I will that is points for that. I will say. I mean, I'm glad I'm gonna keep it in good still, but I do feel like that the wacky stuff is fun. My dude turns into a donkey and they smoke cigars in a weird drug trip feeling ass like sequence of events.
It is kind of a drug trip of a movie. I remember being a kid and just being like, what is this?
Yeah.
It feels like it's made for me, but it also just feels like it's like I shouldn't be seeing it, kind of.
Yeah. Also, yeah, Gian, I can't wait to watch that with you. That sounds like a lot of fun. If you read from right to left, then the first tier will be what's on the left. Says Mad Lad. Look, if people want to do it that way, look, I'm fine. It's fine. You're all allowed. The society is allowed to be wrong.
I got my way. That's all I care about.
Okay, so Pinocchio is a better movie than Snow White. It's gooder.
Yes.
Okay, Bambi.
It's gooder. Good.
It's good. It's not as good as Pinocchio. Maybe it's more good than Snow White. More iconic. That
I think it's between.
It's got that up effect.
Snow White and Pinocchio. Yeah, it's sad.
It's
pretty.
It's
very pretty.
Yeah.
It's the thing I remember the most is just like very, very beautiful to look at. Yeah, a lot of these older Disney movies, like the beginning few, are kind of like they're not my favorite to watch. Not because they're bad, but just because they feel a little dated.
I'm not like
to
overall,
me. They don't hold.
I've never been like a Disney dude overall. Like Disney's great.
Ian is he's lying. He's a Disney adult. He puts on his little ears as soon as he gets off the stream. Wears them around the house.
Out of you. I love to sing.
I mean, well, that's actually a great song now. So like,
that's why I know the words to it.
If you're gonna be singing one, that's one to sing.
Yeah.
All right. What's next?
Fantasia.
I'm gonna put that in great.
You put it in great. It's fun.
I don't know.
It's a good time.
It's just visuals and music, right? But like,
it's fun to see.
Visuals are pretty dope.
It's fun to see a movie that's just fucking music videos, you know?
Yeah, it's animated music videos. It's kind of badass. I don't know. I like it.
Yeah.
Does it deserve great, or is it the goodest?
I mean, it's pretty. I mean, look, all these are like insanely animated. Like that's something to also consider.
Yeah, like it's gone downhill from that point. Everything got less animated as time went on.
Yeah. So if you're going for animated music videos and the animation's phenomenal, like it's kind of great.
I actually watched it recently, and I was like, "Whoa, it's cool."
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stick with my answer.
All right, Dumbo.
Good.
I'm also in the good category. I've kind of played.
Okay.
You see where I've placed it. That's I don't know. You can consider.
So
it.
I have a delay, right? Because I'm watching the stream.
Hopefully not by much, because the chat.
No, not by much.
Be...
You're placing it right now, and I agree.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, I think I maybe no. I think I might. No, I think I agree. I don't know. I don't remember
Dumbo super duper well. It's been a long while since I've seen Dumbo.
I could tell you the majority of the
Bambi.
story beats, but I don't. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about these. They all feel like a dream. Like I've seen them.
I've seen
I just don't
Pinocchio in college.
remember.
I remember watching that in college with some friends. I've seen Pinocchio like around the first time
Pinocchio, I
watched.
remember the best of our good column.
Yeah. I've seen Snow White. Saludos Amigos, I've never even heard of.
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it. So let's throw that in the haven't seen column.
The Three Caballeros.
Haven't seen it.
Haven't seen it. Make Mine Music. Haven't seen it.
Haven't seen it.
Fun and Fancy Free. Haven't seen it.
Okay, so they did leave out the next movie, which is Song of the South.
Oh,
Good omission.
good omission. Good omission. Glad I didn't have to rate that one.
Zippity doo don't.
More like Zippity Don't Do.
Yeah, there you go. I haven't seen Fun and Fancy Free.
Okay. Melody Time. Haven't seen.
I haven't seen it.
Ichabod. Haven't seen. Ichabod and Mr.
Wait,
Toad.
Ichabod. Oh. Wait, that one's okay. So I've seen Ichabod and Mr. Toad. It's pretty like trippy from what I remember.
Okay, how do you feel about it?
I just don't remember it enough I feel like I shouldn't
Haven't seen?
probably leave it in the haven't seen.
Okay. Cinderella. I feel like Cinderella's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess it's like a
Is it great?
It's pretty good.
Is it good? Is it great?
I would put it in the good column. I kind of feel about it similar to those.
Okay.
Do you think it deserves to be at the top of good?
I don't feel strongly enough about Cinderella to punch it up into the great column, to be honest. Like,
I think I'd throw it under.
I think of the goods,
I like
it's
Pinocchio
probably
better than.
You like Pinocchio better than Cinderella? Okay. I feel like it's a more functional movie. I feel like the animation
It is a functional
still really
movie.
solid.
The story makes sense.
Hits the right beats.
The music's decent. Hits the beats.
It's kind of
Yeah, I mean, okay. I'm okay with it being at the top of good.
Okay.
You've convinced me.
Okay. Torn between good and great for Cinderella. It's an iconic fairy tale, says Gianna. Yeah, I feel you on that. I feel like it could belong in great, but I don't feel strongly enough to like argue for that. You know, like I feel like if you had
and your
said,
opinion's valid too.
No, it's like if you had said like it belongs in great, I would be like sure, yeah. But you saying it's in good, I'm also like sure, yeah. But like I'll at least agree it should be at the top of good.
It's just kind of it's invoking the same feeling I have about some of the others in the column with it.
Zach says in before 80% of the list falls in good.
No, we'll start.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna start moving around.
Yeah.
I think these are all honestly everything in good. I think could be in great if it wasn't feeling a little dated, right? Like they're all like
also like
beautifully like
I'm just like not like a Disney vibe, you know? Like if I vibed with Disney harder, like sure, like if I loved a Snow White song, if I loved like the songs from Cinderella or whatever the hell these other fucking movies have, and they're sure, like maybe like if I was a Disney adult, I could see these being higher up, but never been a Disney adult. I was never a Disney guy. Like I like Disney movies. I'm gonna put some in the S column in this pretty soon, but like it's just never been like I've never been like hard to bat for Disney, you know.
Yeah, I think we've made our case.
Yeah,
barely.
So Alice in Wonderland, I think goes in the peak column, in my opinion. I think Alice in Wonderland is peak.
Yeah, Alice in Wonderland is peak. It's definitely like a trip and like
Yeah.
in the right ways. I agree.
Yeah,
It's a good one. I agree with you.
It's not even a debate for me. It's peak in my opinion. I'm not like, there's a lot of people I know who like love Alice in Wonderland, and it's kind of like, okay, dude, chill out. But like, I do love Alice in Wonderland. Like, that shit's fucking awesome. Like,
yeah,
it's pretty.
No,
sick.
I think it's great.
I would love to do a D&D campaign in Alice in Wonderland, like as like a setting sort of place.
That'd be cool.
That'd be sick.
I agree. No arguments here.
Jonas says yes, Ian. Green flag. I'm glad.
There you go.
Peter Pan. I feel like it hovers between good and great for me as well.
I agree.
I feel like it's got legacy to it. I mean, they all have legacy, but they also build off of a legacy. Like Peter Pan had a pre-existing legacy.
I'm either a top of good or somewhere in great. I'm
gonna put it.
It does have legacy. I mean, what are you thinking?
I'm not sure. I'm not even sure. Like, I'm trying to think if I like it more than Cinderella or not.
It's got more style than Cinderella.
It does. It's fun. It's a different setting than the rest of these so far. It is fun. Captain Hook is pretty classic.
Mm-hmm.
The more I think about it, the more I hover towards great. The characters are fun.
Let's throw it in great.
All right. I'll throw it in great. Lady and the Tramp. I'll throw it in great, honestly, as well. It's a cute movie.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Bottom
I agree.
Of great.
Bottom of great.
Sleeping Beauty.
Meh.
I don't even remember this one that much. I feel like I can't even comment. You want to say meh?
I mean, it's a meh for me, but I don't know how you or the chat feels.
Let me see. People say they give Peter Pan a great. People say Zach says Peter Pan was the villain in that story, in his opinion, and that's a fun theory. Sleeping Beauty is better than Snow White, Zach says.
You know, I don't remember it very well, so maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should
Should
not
we just
be.
say haven't seen? Because I feel like I just can't comment on this. Like, none of this shit looks familiar to me, except for like maybe the 3 color coordinated like godmothers. But I thought that was from Cinderella. But those are like the mice.
Let's put it in haven't seen. You know,
right.
And the more I think about it, I'm fraudulent in having strong opinions about it.
Okay. 101 Dalmatians is peak, in my opinion.
I agree. Yep, I agree.
I could watch that movie all the time. This might be one of my favorite Disney movies.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't disagree, but that's interesting. I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, no, I love this movie. I don't know. It's vibes. I feel like the vibes in the movie feel like a very peculiar way that kind of, maybe it's like a nostalgia thing, because I kind of have nostalgia for this movie, but it's also like the backgrounds are beautiful. I love the art. I love the animation. It's super fun. It's a fun story. I don't know. I love this movie.
That's fair.
Yeah. What's up?
Yeah, never mind. Keep going.
Okay. Sword in the Stone.
I really like Sword in the Stone.
I love this movie. I think it might also be peak.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Got a ton of style. I love the whole like sequence of them turning into different creatures and stuff. That's super fun.
Yeah. Merlin's just a fun, really, really fun character in the movie.
Yeah.
Jungle Book.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah.
I love Jungle Book.
Also peak for me.
I would agree. And the music is great.
It's full of bangers. The Aristocats. I can't comment. I don't think I've actually seen the Aristocats.
I haven't seen the whole thing. I've seen like a lot of the music sequences and stuff, but I haven't actually. I don't think I've actually seen the whole movie as a whole.
Yeah. I'm gonna say haven't seen, if that's okay with you.
Is that the one where the whole family like bangs each other and like shit's all over the place?
Yes, that's right.
The Aristocats.
Yeah, and then they get hired by the talent agency.
Maybe a deep cut. I don't know. People are gonna be like, "What?"
It took me a couple seconds to catch on to what you were saying. All right. Robin Hood is a peak for me.
Yeah, I love Robin Hood.
I love this movie. Winnie the Pooh is peak, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The Rescuers.
Yeah, that one I'm between great and peak, but I'm trying to remember what's the plot of the original movie.
Oh shit! You know, can I call this peak if I don't even remember the plot of it?
I mean, I've seen a million different Winnie the Pooh stories.
Yeah.
I used to watch the show. Was there a show? And then
Oh god, I don't know what I remember anymore. Who's that? Who just redeemed?
There was a bunch of movies.
Alert. Oh, Zach's redeemed. Oh, come on.
Matt Lott says Brandon Y. I hadn't thought about that in years. Enjoy. Enjoy.
Winnie the Pooh. I thought it was just like the characters doing shit.
Yeah, I mean that's usually what it is.
It's
I mean,
hard to, like,
I do
assign a plot
love
to
the
it.
world of Winnie the Pooh.
I love the vibes of Winnie the Pooh, and I love the characters, and like
Yeah.
Damn.
Either
let's look it up.
I'm okay with you putting it in peak.
Let's just look up Winnie the Pooh.
I think it is just them doing shit.
Okay.
Winnie the Pooh.
It's called Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree. Is the first short film. Wait, hold on. Hold on.
Yeah, I remember some of the short films. The Honey Tree one, he's trying to like, I think he takes a balloon up the tree and then like bees pop his balloon and he falls and he's trying to get up the tree to a beehive. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Is this called The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh? Because that's what it looks like it's saying, and that's what's the first movie. The film joins 3 previously released Winnie the Pooh animated featurettes. A short scene was added to bring the film to close. So it's a bunch of short Winnie the Pooh stories. So that's why we
cool
can't.
Greater peak for that. I like
Winnie the Pooh a lot.
Got it down in the trash column.
So I didn't mean to do that. I meant to. Anyways,
that's storage while we were deciding.
By the way, speaking of, so I'm editing the DreamWorks tier list. I'm almost done with it, but we were talking about Spirit, and I was like, why is Spirit in the A column? Did we discuss it? And you're like, no, you just kind of threw it in there while we were discussing Shrek. And I'm like, no, we did. No, I didn't. Anyways, but I do have video footage. That is exactly what I did. So I just want to say you were correct.
Gaslighting me.
I was gaslighting you. I'm so sorry about that.
That's all right. That's okay.
I think I was just fidgeting and I just like threw it in there, but I don't know why I would like. Anyways, the Rescuers from the Rescuers from Down Under, or I think this is just actually the Rescuers.
Wait, Rescuers, just the Rescuers.
Yeah, that's
Rescuers
the next one,
was
right?
First, and Rescuers Down Under is actually better in my opinion than Rescuers.
I haven't seen this, so I can't comment.
I don't remember the OG Rescuers that well, so I think it's only fair that we put it.
Haven't seen.
No, I have seen the Rescuers. I'm gonna say Rescuers is great.
Great.
Great. Yeah, it's great.
Okay.
It's great. I'm looking at what else we've placed, and it's in the great column.
Where do you think of
The Rescuers Down Under I like better.
Would that be peak or would that be higher in the great column?
I think higher in the great. Let's see. Let me blow this up. I would potentially put Rescuers Yeah, I think that's a good spot. I think that's good. I'm good with that.
Okay. And I've also put Rescuers Down Under over there as well.
All right. Nice.
All right. Fox and the Hound.
God. Sad.
Yeah.
Have you seen that one?
I saw it a long time ago as a kid, and I think I remember how it ends, and I don't like.
No. Tragic as shit. But I do think it's a pretty solid film.
Yeah. Let's say it's high in the good, like top of good, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. The Black Cauldron. I don't know that one.
I don't know that one.
All right, haven't seen. The Great Mouse Detective. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen that.
Okay. Oliver and Company. I can't say I've seen this one.
That's Disney? I didn't realize that was Disney.
Apparently.
Huh. I don't remember it well enough.
Haven't seen.
A cat goes to the city and then he goes on an adventure.
Yeah,
I don't remember it well enough though.
I remember having seen it as like a wee lad, but like I don't remember. Little Mermaid probably peak, right?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Oh, Z-Newts, we're gonna disagree on Lion King.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Lion King is definitely peak.
That's like might be one of my favorite of all time, to be honest.
Beauty and the Beast is good.
See that? I think it's I think Beauty and the Beast is great.
Okay.
You know, I'm not as like drawn to a lot of the like princess stories, but I do think that one's like got a lot of style and the story's pretty interesting and the characters are cool.
Okay.
I would give that a high grade.
Oh no. Gianna says Beauty and the Beast is my favorite, and I'm like, I think it's good. I'm sorry.
That's all right. It's all right.
It's been a very long time.
You guys will work through these differences.
It's been a while since I've seen it, to be fair. So I can't say I have like I don't have like strong opinions on a lot of these because a lot of these I've seen so long ago.
Based on what we have in there, I think I would put Beauty and the Beast maybe at the top of great.
Okay. Fair enough.
If you're okay with that.
Very okay with that. Aladdin is next on the list. Peak.
I would put that. Personally, I would put that at the very highest out of what we have in there so far.
Okay. This is.
You agree? Do you disagree?
This is currently my personal peak list right here, but I'm happy to put it higher for the sake of consensus.
Okay. I'm willing to make some compromises, but I do think
I'd actually probably put
as much as like
Dalmatians above Alice in Wonderland. I like it more.
I would as well, actually.
Yeah.
I think.
And also I put
it should go like.
I think I like Robin Hood more than Alice in Wonderland. These are like all really high up in this list. Like these are all top tier.
Last. Yeah.
But what are you thinking about Aladdin right here?
Yeah, like I said, I'm willing to compromise. I told you where I would put Aladdin, but I'm okay with
all the way up top?
It being in second or third. I would put it all the way. Out of the movies we've gone through so far, I think it's the best one, in my opinion.
Okay. Let's see.
Z-Newt says we gotta watch Great Mouse Detective urgently.
Gianna says I have a dream to play Belle in a production company, even if it's a community theater. Z-Newt says Hercules is bad because what is that pacing? Gianna says Aladdin is absolutely peak. We do need to watch Great Mouse Detective. And then Gianna Luna says Team Star Kid did a great parody musical of Aladdin called Twisted. It's like Wicked, but for Aladdin. Well, that's funny. I would love to see that.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Lion King, peak.
Oh man, those came out back to back. That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, peak. I would probably put it. Where would you put Lion King?
Where I have it.
Okay,
I really like 101 Dalmatians.
That's fair. I think my two favorites, like up to this point, are Aladdin and Lion King. I'm not even sure which I would pick, but I'm okay with where you have that. I think that's a fair compromise.
Okay. Pocahontas.
Not just my tier list; it's the DrawBomb tier list.
It's the DrawBomb tier list.
Collective.
Yeah.
Pocahontas.
So like,
I think
as a movie it's good, but like what it's making a movie about is super fucked up. Like what happened to Pocahontas is like super fucked.
Yeah.
So I feel really icky about the movie.
That's fair. They're basically doing what, like Dances with Wolves kind of, but basically the kids version. Isn't that right? I remember some of the music really well, but I don't remember the movie that well. It was not one I watched a lot. So I know it's a very popular one, but I don't know it that well. So I don't feel like I can really give too much opinion on that.
Yeah, Zach's like, it should have its own category called problematic, and I don't disagree.
Yeah, what's the angle they give for it?
There's like
I know what happened in real life.
It's a romantic story between Pocahontas and John Smith, I think is
and the white man.
Yeah, and like, you know, they make it seem like it's like a beautiful, like Romeo and Juliet-esque thing. But we all know at least probably how it turned out. You know, maybe you don't know the specifics, but you can probably make some good guesses.
Right. I know some details.
So
I don't know where to put that one.
Yeah,
I don't know where to put that hot potato.
That one's a hot potato right there. I'm just gonna put it in. I'm just gonna put in one called "Not Sure About This One, Dude."
That one didn't age so well.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
Oh shit! I just overwrote trash. How often are we gonna use the trash category? Maybe a couple times. Anyways, next up is Hunchback of Notre Dame. I
don't know why, but I didn't ever really watch that one.
I can't comment. Hercules.
Yeah, I feel Gianna says Hunchback is greater peak. Yeah, I don't know. There's like for some reason there's some of these that just didn't like. They weren't in my rotation.
I just haven't seen them in so long that it would not be appropriate for me to like say, "Oh yeah, I have an opinion on this."
Hercules, I think is pretty. I would put that. I don't know, maybe great. Do you think, or do you not like it that much?
I haven't seen Hercules since it came out in theaters.
I like the music. I like some of the performances. Maybe like I like Hades a lot. He's a great character.
I remember Hades as a villain the most. I remember just like being in the theater laughing and giggling at Hades' shenanigans.
Yeah. I feel like I would say great, and I would say I'd put it between. I think I might put it like after. I might put it near. Yeah, looking at what's in great, I might put it near the top, like maybe behind Beauty and the Beast. Okay. Maybe. Yeah, I think that's where I'd put it.
Okay. Next up is Mulan. Mulan is peak.
Oh yeah, Mulan's peak. It's pretty. It's like we're starting to enter the territory of Disney movie that didn't really exist prior. Maybe a little with Hercules, but the badass territory. There weren't many badass Disney movies, you know.
Yeah, Mulan was pretty badass.
Aladdin's kind of badass.
Aladdin's badass. Lion King's parts. Badass.
Yeah, it's got some badassery in it. I think that's fair placement. I agree.
Anyways, Tarzan.
Tarzan, I think, almost gets into the peak column just for the soundtrack.
The Phil Collins. You love that Phil Collins soundtrack.
I like some Phil Collins.
It's pretty good.
I don't know. But the movie itself, how do I feel about it?
I also have not seen this
much.
since it came out in theaters, so I can't comment too strongly. I remember the sliding around in the trees felt like really what they liked a lot about the movie, and then the rest of it kind of felt like
yeah. I think it
was okay.
should sit next to Hercules.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Zach says Tarzan is meh. I don't feel super strongly about Tarzan.
Okay.
The soundtrack
we can move it
was
down
good.
a little bit if you. Okay, maybe.
It was fine.
I'm not trying to be wishy-washy. I'm trying to give honest, thoughtful answers.
I'm trying to be honest too, and it's hard to be honest because
maybe it should go.
So many of these movies are not very fresh in my mind.
Maybe we should lower it in the great column, or because you're saying that now that I think I'm like, I definitely feel strong, remember more, and feel a little bit stronger about some of the things that are below it in great, even though I told you to put it there.
Okay.
Maybe throw it bottom of great.
Okay.
I can live with that.
Okay. Fantasia 2000.
Have you seen it?
I can't comment. I think I've seen Fantasia.
I'll put it by the other Fantasia.
Okay.
It's cool for the same reasons. I mean, the original one's more impressive, but it's still pretty cool. The visuals are fun. The music's good. I'd put it. Give Fantasia, the original one, like the front running place just for originality. But I think it's kind of the same juice.
Xenud says trash.
Okay.
Interesting.
Might be fair.
I can't comment. I really can't.
I never saw Dinosaur.
Never saw it. Looks goofy as hell with that picture though.
Yeah, it's weird 3D.
Emperor's New Groove, top of peak. Very top.
Is that your favorite of everything?
That's my favorite Disney movie. Emperor's New Groove.
Oh wow. Okay. I would put it in peak, definitely. I just don't know if I'd put it at the tippy top, but I'm okay with that.
It's iconic. Yzma, a fucking hilarious villain, played by Eartha Kitt. Are you kidding me? With Kronk, played by Patrick Warburton. Phenomenal.
Got David Spade, you got John Goodman.
Doing a great power duo of comedic characters. It's goofy. It's a great movie. Fun. It doesn't get bogged down. It would be in my top
5.
It has one great song in the beginning. So many good jokes. It's the funniest Disney movie for sure.
If I'm okay with you putting it at number 1, if I were to place it, I think it would go 3. Okay. Like in comparison to everything else that we have placed so far.
Okay, I'll put it there.
No, you don't have to move it for me. Yeah. I was just saying if
let's compromise. Let's put it in the middle right here. Because this is not a dictatorship. I am not the end all be all just because I have the mouse.
That's for that same reason. I don't think it should be number 1 or number 3 just because I said it or whatever. You know. Right.
So we'll put it in number 2. I feel like that's the happy medium right there. Atlantis.
Sold. I like Atlantis a lot. I think it's pretty great. I'd put it under. I don't know. Yeah. Put it there.
Okay.
Put it in front of Tarzan.
Okay. All right. Lilo and Stitch. Haven't seen.
You haven't seen Lilo and Stitch?
I haven't seen Lilo and Stitch.
Been a long time since I've seen it.
I feel like it's a lot of people think it's peak. I'd have to assume.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, I'd put it in peak. I wouldn't put it. For me, it would be like probably. After Jungle Book.
Okay. We have homework for Ian to watch, says Xenoots. This always happens when discussions about movies come up. I see like
This is hard.
I see weird and odd.
I love doing these lists, but
obscure movies. But yeah, so I'm terrible at these tier lists of like, you know.
Well, you're unlucky, Ian, because they're making the live action version, so you should just wait for that anyways.
Oh, I can't wait.
It'll be better.
That's good because animation isn't a real medium.
Yeah, ew. But just wait. You'll actually be able. It'll be great. It'll be better. So
Yeah.
just watch that one. Skip the original. It's not worth your time. Just watch the live action one. That's actually true about everything in this list. Just watch the live action versions.
Just watch the live action.
Skip all
version.
these. Treasure Planet.
Treasure Planet. I
haven't seen it.
Didn't like it, but like I can't comment too hard on it because it has been a long time. So I'll just say like it's basically Treasure Island, but like with a cool surfboard and like in space, and like also it's a musical, and like the musical element is I really didn't like it, but like I can't comment, so I'm just gonna say haven't seen.
We have to do this tier list. I'm having fun, but I'm just saying we have to do this one because of the two previous ones we've done. But next tier list, we're gonna pick something that we
actually have like opinions on.
Have strong opinions of, and it'll be a better, easier, and we'll have more strong opinions.
Yeah.
Like Xenoots is saying, list food tiers. Yeah, stuff like that. Things that are just like you feel away. There's no wishy-washiness.
Yeah. Brother Bear haven't seen.
I don't. Haven't seen it.
Home on the Range, haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Chicken Little, haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Meet the Robinsons, I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Okay. Bolt, I saw half of it on an airplane and I turned it off.
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
Wow, we just stopped watching Disney for a chunk here.
Princess and the Frog is peak.
I agree. I loved Princess and the Frog.
Yeah. Tangled, I haven't seen it.
Tangled's peak.
Tangled's peak? We're on the peak.
I think so. I love Tangled. I think it's really good. Okay, let's see. So Tangled, I would put. Let me see here. I would probably put it. Maybe. I might put it behind Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch, all right.
That's my opinion.
You
can fight me, chat.
Xenid says putting Princess and the Frog under problematic because they turned a French guy into a frog. I'm confused. It's because they eat frogs' legs over in France. I'm confused. It's another Winnie the Pooh movie next up on the list, but it's like one that came out after Tangled. I'm not sure how I don't have an opinion on this one. I remember like being excited and a little bit biased because I was like, oh, it was the last time they were trying to do 2D animation again, and they did that, and they did Princess and the Frog, and then they decided no after trying 2 times. Yeah.
But I don't remember anything about it, so it's pretty much like I haven't seen, even though I have. I can't vote.
Wreck-It Ralph. I'm gonna get controversial here. I think Wreck-It Ralph is good, but at the really the bottom of it.
Yeah. I agree. It's like
but also I liked it better than all of these goods so far.
True. Yeah, I guess that's fair.
But it's not like a high good still. Like it's still a low good, but it's just a better good than these movies.
I'll put it. You think good above Dumbo? Or do you like it better than like Pinocchio and
I like it better than all these.
Cinderella and stuff.
Like
okay, throw it top of good.
I'm just like that, and it's more than likely because of like modern sensibilities and like, oh, it's a game about video games.
A little more relevant. Yeah.
But
okay, fair enough.
Frozen, haven't seen it.
Mad Lad's mad. Lad. Frozen is.
I'm sorry, Mad Lad. I'm sorry. I wasn't super enthused by Wreck-It Ralph. I thought it was fine.
Frozen for me is it's either bottom of good or a meh.
Okay.
Might be a meh.
Let's put it in meh just to really
It's a meh for me.
Really
it's a meh
put
for
that
me.
cigarette in people's eyes, you know?
It's a meh for me. It is.
Big Hero 6, I haven't seen it.
Peak. I love Big Hero 6.
Oh, okay. Where would you put Big Hero 6?
Ooh.
Hashtag mad lad.
Where would I put Big Hero 6? These are some. This is dangerous. I would put it. I'd put it above Lilo and Stitch. Yes.
Below.
Now that's gonna kill me. Above Lilo and Stitch.
Okay.
In front of Lilo and Stitch, behind Jungle Book, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it deserves better than that. I don't know. It's. I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it where I said.
I still keep thinking I want to put Jungle Book higher.
Yeah, I love Jungle Book. I think it's throwing me off a little bit. Xenu says it's Matt. I don't know. Okay, well, I'm being swayed by people. I stand firm.
I'm glad I can't be swayed because I just haven't seen him. I'm gonna say Zootopia is peak.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Zootopia. It's okay. So we're really split on that one because kind of feels meh to me.
Really?
Maybe we're reaching the point where I am jaded and old.
Okay.
And I'm starting to not care anymore. It's okay. It deserves better than meh.
I can downgrade Zootopia to great at least, or at the bottom of great down to good. But I really like Zootopia.
Okay. I've been dropping some bombs in the middle of the list. I'm gonna let you pick its home.
Mad Lad says above Lilo and Stitch for Big Hero 6. What?
I know. I really liked Big Hero 6.
I like Big Hero 6, but it has some serious plot issue. I wish I had an opinion on these. That would really help temper out some of these. I'm
gonna watch it again, and I'm gonna be like, hate it, and I'm gonna be ashamed.
We're gonna have to really cover some material on DrawBomb After Dark sometimes. We're gonna have to like expand DrawBomb After Dark to more days, and we're gonna have to like really like hammer out some material.
Agreed. We have to watch all of these.
Yeah. Zootopia. Let's put it in great.
D-Newt says it's problematic because of the furries.
It's problematic because of that one really well drawn abortion comic.
This lost?
No. Where should we put Zootopia? Because I like Zootopia a lot. I'll put it above the Fantasia.
Where are you feeling? Where's your gut? Yeah, I think it should be above Fantasia. Maybe. I don't know. Yes.
Above Hercules.
I'm gonna let you decide its home.
It's peak for me. I don't know, man. Like Zootopia is pretty dang good.
You can put it in peak.
I'll put it at the bottom of peak if you think it's meh, and that way we're not like I get to kind of say it's peak, but we don't give it a hard peak.
Okay.
How about that?
Let's do that.
Okay.
You like the Celine Dion peacock sequence?
Sure. It wasn't like my favorite.
I don't know if that's actually a thing.
No, there was.
I don't remember it.
There was a dance sequence from a gazelle. There was a gazelle that was voiced by Pink, I want to say, or Gwen Stefani maybe, or somebody. Anyways, Moana. Moana is an S tier for me. Is peak for me.
Moana's an S tier.
Yeah, Moana's peak.
Where would we put it?
I don't know. It's pretty hard to get up past these peaks right here, but Moana is like really one of my favorite Disney movies.
What about behind? Do you like? I'm okay with that. I'm comfortable with that.
Okay. We've really heavy loaded this peak column. I'm just gonna say, if people have a problem with ratios, they're gonna have such a problem with this. Wreck-It Ralph 2.
I'm feeling like second guessy. You know, it's there's a lot of pressure here.
These tier lists are tough, man. They're not. It's not easy to rank objectively like art. Like it's based on like it fluctuates like how you feel about things. So
yeah, it's hard, especially because it's like this weird like space of like these things that maybe were important to me at one time, but I don't remember them that well. It's weird.
Yeah.
What is this, Wreck-It Ralph 2? I didn't see that.
I haven't seen it. Everyone's saying it's garbage. Everyone's agreeing with us on Moana though, so I'm glad to see that. Everyone likes Moana a lot, and I'm glad to see that.
Good.
Frozen 2, haven't seen it.
I think that's the best one of all of these. No, I'm just kidding. I haven't seen it either.
Raya and the Frozen Dragon or whatever, the Ice Dragon or some shit. You know that? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Okay. Encanto. I thought Encanto was great. I would rank it at the top of great.
Oh.
It's pretty dang good. I mean, I could go lower on great.
I think it should at least be behind Beauty and the Beast.
I'm okay with that.
And probably behind Hercules, in my opinion.
Okay.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. It's hot garbage, says Xenut's about Wreck-It Ralph 2. Encanto is meh, says Xenut's. Xenut's didn't feel super intensely about Encanto. I thought Encanto had some really cool visual sequences and some catchy songs, although it felt like they were starting to overutilize Lin-Manuel Miranda a little bit. But I did like the story just a tad. You know, I'll actually rate it and rank it a bit lower because the story is about like this character trying to learn a lesson, and then the end of the story, the lesson's like completely undone anyways.
Yeah. What about how much lower are you moving it? I was thinking like maybe like I'm
I don't know. I haven't settled on a final spot yet.
I was thinking like maybe behind Peter Pan, maybe behind Lady and the Tramp.
That's where I have it.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, I see it now. Okay, yeah, perfect.
Thank you for Brandon for keeping Beauty and the Beast at the top of great. Look, we moved Encanto down too, so it's okay. It wasn't gonna get usurped.
A lot of things here, you know, it's about comparing them, and I'm, you know, I don't know. I look at what's in the spots already.
Yeah. Gianna says she's salty about Beauty and the Beast position, and that's very fair. Mad Lad says that we haven't seen Meet the Robinsons, and we should because it's actually quite good.
Okay, add to the list.
Yeah. Strange World, haven't seen it.
Haven't seen it.
And then last but not least, Wish, haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, this is our finalized tier list.
There you go.
All right, I'm gonna save a screenshot of this, and that is DrawBomb, everybody.
Wow.
What a show! What a
Interesting.
show.
There's some like, there's some like, they put some sequels in, but not others. I guess it's what the ones that had like theatric releases.
I think these are all theatrical releases.
Okay, gotcha. All right, I feel ways about this. Tier lists are hard to do. I struggled with this one the most, I think, of all of them.
Yeah, this one.
I think maybe because I know like the weight it carries is so beloved.
Yeah. This one feels the least like I have. Like if someone were to say this tier list is wrong, I would say you're right because I don't have.
I also would.
I don't have strong.
The more I look at it, I feel
this.
like I need to shuffle things around, but I'm not going to get in the weeds with that right now. But we did our best. This does span a longer time than any of the other lists too. So there's, like I was saying earlier, there's a weird part of like some of these things were like important to me at one time, and yet I barely remember them now because, you know, I might have watched the VHS 100 times when I was 6, but it doesn't live in my memories that well.
Yeah.
Mad Lad, let's see the magma real quick.
Sure, absolutely, Mad Lad. Thank you for the heads up about that. Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks. It says, I have some thoughts on this tier list. I'm not surprised.
Gianna wants to be
this
there
one,
for
though, I would agree.
Gianna says she wants to be there for the lecture I'm going to get because I got a lecture last time.
The other ones I felt a little bit more firm about.
Yeah, I felt way more confident about our Pixar tier list and our DreamWorks tier list.
This one I'm a little bit like, I don't know about all these decisions. I did my best.
These tier lists are fun though. I'm excited to do another one that's not based on that we're gonna have more strong opinions about. Like we'll kind of like
we're gonna find some that we're a little more passionate about.
Yeah, these are fun.
Yeah.
But this is the magma right here. I'm loving it. Mad Lad, you really bulked up your stick figure. Now he's making some Waluigi noises. Yeah.
He was making Waluigi noise last time, but now he's buff. He's got hairy arms. Are those shorts or are they pants? I mean, they go all the way down, but they do look like shorts.
They're pants.
If somebody has very short legs and wears shorts, does it count as pants?
Yes.
These are questions.
I've already
bring up the different types of pants tier list.
That's probably on there. We should definitely look that up and you do that next time. You've heard it here first, folks. The spoiler is next tier list is going to be different types of pants. Tune in next time to DrawBomb.
I feel like that's another one that we're not going to be good at. It's going to be like put capris in the never worn column. Put
it's not going to be never worn. It's about how they look.
Jinkos in the never worn. Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, like how stylistic are they? How much do we like the style of them?
Jinkos gets S tier.
Jinkos are peak.
That's when pants, they hit their highest potential. They flew too close to the sun.
That's right. Only the Jinkos are only peak if you have a chain wallet, though. That's what's got to happen.
It's important to, you can't have one without the other.
Yep, absolutely. That's fair. But folks, thank you for being here.
Amazing work
at DrawBomb live. Wonderful to have you all here. Wonderful to have a lack of dropped frames. Wonderful to have you here commenting with us. It really warms my heart to not have these streaming issues quite as bad.
Yeah, and this was way more fun for that reason.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for
appreciate you all hanging out.
Thanks for chiming in on the tier list. I'm sorry for all the respect that we have lost for our tier list rankings. You knew what you signed up for when you started loving us. So thank you all for being here. Brandon, do you have anything to plug?
Jinko jeans. No, nothing to plug. Just tomorrow we'll be streaming again at 5. We're doing the WoW stream. We beat another dungeon, so now we're headed to the 4th dungeon, Shadowfang Keep. We're starting to pick up speed, I guess. I don't know. We're on the first dungeon for weeks, and now we're moving on.
I'm proud of you guys.
And then thank you so much. I have new puppets with new.
Damn it! Not the wrong sound. Wrong sound.
Why would you say that? Are you gonna press the right one?
No, I don't have it set up.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Mad Lad says,
patiently waiting.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Gianna says that it's okay for the ranking list. I'm just not allowed over this week. And Mad
you've been banned.
I'm banned. Mad Lad says maybe he'll forgive us for Lilo and Stitch and Wreck-It Ralph by next week. So
maybe I'll watch like 1 or 2 of those before next week.
Well, we should try and see if we can see Sinners by next week. We should see if we can have a Sinners discussion.
I'll try to do that. But also I might watch Lilo and Stitch.
I definitely gotta watch a lot of these. I feel like I need to get educated.
Yeah, there's some in there that are definitely like there's a few that it's okay that you've never seen them, but there's a few that we should see.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, WoW tomorrow.
Wow.
And then DrawBomb after dark in the evening around 10. We're gonna be watching some Hercules, working on our anime.
Hell yeah.
And do whatever else we feel like doing.
That's right. Make sure you tune in next week for some more, or make sure you tune in tomorrow for some WoW. And then make sure you tune in that night for Hercules and Workules.
That's right. And if you don't show up, I will be
disappointed. Wow.
What's that? All right. On that note, thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah,
I'm glad the stream worked this time. Have a good night.
Me too.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.
Bye.